Hey everybody, I just want to go over the basics for our discussion posts. There's an assignment in D2L that I'll want you to read carefully, but this video is just going to go over some of the basics. So first of all, this is really my favorite part of the class. This is the part of the class that I miss most from being in face-to-face classrooms when everybody's sharing their ideas. So I'm looking forward to reading what you have to say. The whole point is to show that you've read the assigned texts and that you've thought about what you've read, that you're bringing your own ideas into what you've read. This is a great way to learn from each other. One of the reasons I fell in love with studying literature is from class discussions and realizing that students were picking up on things that I missed, and I could learn a lot just from listening to what my classmates and my professor had to say about the texts. So the basic underlying assumption here is that sharing our observations about the texts that we read together creates a richer, fuller understanding of those texts. So the requirements for posting. Every Thursday, with a couple of exceptions, you're going to make your primary post and discussion. Give your post a specific title and then share your thoughts and observations about what you've read. Don't simply retell the plot. Don't simply summarize what you've read, because we've all read the same text. We're going to assume that we all understand the overall gist of the plot, though we can certainly ask questions about some of the details. But share your insights. Use textual evidence in each of your primary posts. The easiest way to do that is a short quotation. Don't let the quotation take over your own words. But share a short quotation that helps to support what you're talking about. Write about 150 to 200 words. 150 is the minimum, and in order to help everybody get through all the posts each week, please try not to go over 200 words. On Fridays, I will reply to all your posts. I typically get right to work on that on Friday mornings, so hopefully if my Fridays are typical, I will reply to everybody by early afternoon. And then so that you can read each other's posts and my replies, the quizzes will open up early Friday afternoons. Okay, on Saturdays, please reply to 2 different classmates. Remember to engage directly with what they are saying. So don't simply say, good work, I agree, but be specific about what you agree with. Or if you see something different than they saw, point that out too. At least one of your posts should be on a different topic. So this first full week of discussions, we are reading text by 2 authors. If you post on the first author, then make sure you reply to a post on the other author. So show a range, in other words. Your post should be at least 75 words long. Again, try to stick to that 200-word guideline so that we're not overwhelmed by content to read. And then Saturday night, after you've had a chance to process these posts, your quiz will be due. Okay, I just want to emphasize how important it is to read each other's posts and to read my posts too. This really helps you understand the texts better. I definitely notice whenever I teach a literature class like this online that the students who do best on the quizzes are also the students who read the most posts. D2L does give me statistics on that, and I can always see that if a student skips reading the posts, doesn't read any classmates' posts, it's not surprising to me that they also didn't do well on the quiz. So reading the posts helps you to understand the text better, and therefore helps you to do better on the quizzes. Okay, so let's take a look in D2L at where the assignment is posted. Okay, here I am in D2L in our table of contents, and you'll see this first, you see on the left side, there's a module for assignments and writing resources, and I have posted the assignment here, discussion posts. I'm definitely not going to read all of this to you. I would like you to read this more carefully on your own. This information just echoes what I said earlier in the video about what the requirements are. Okay. And then on page 2 of this assignment, I give you some more little details. I'm not really going to worry about your grammar in these posts. I'm not grading on that. I don't need you to be super formal here, but do work on being clear. So definitely proofread for typos and things like that so that your classmates and I can understand you. The late policy is here too, same as what's in the syllabus. Okay. Basic netiquette is here. Just remember to be, kind to each other, and respectful, and sensitive to the fact that some of the material that we're reading is sensitive as well. Don't plagiarize. Don't copy your posts from cheating websites. You do your own work. Do the reading yourself, and post your own ideas. It's pretty easy for me to find plagiarism. If you plagiarize, you'll earn a 0 for the week on your discussion grade. Grading. Points, all 25 points will be earned if you meet the length requirements, if you show that you're engaging with the text, if you use a quotation, and if you reply to two classmates across a couple different topics. There are 14 weekly discussions this semester, but only 12 will count towards your grade. So that means if you have a bad week and you miss your discussions, that's okay. That can happen twice, and it won't count against you. Or if you don't do well, you can just drop a low grade, 2 low grades actually. Okay. On page 3 is the rubric. What I'm looking for in a strong post is a post that earns 100%, a post that earns a B, posts that are weak, and that posts that earn no credit. So please take another look at that. And finally, on the last page, I have an example of a post that would earn all the points because it meets the requirements. It shows specific and thoughtful ideas about the text that's read. Notice that in this sample, the student doesn't claim to have all the answers, right? The student says things, I'm still thinking about this. I'm not sure yet, but the student is showing that they're really thinking about what they've read. And then I've also given you an example of a good reply post that engages specifically with the writer's ideas. Okay, that's really all I wanted to say about these assignments. Make sure you let me know if you have questions. I want you most of all to take these seriously and have fun. Take this as an opportunity to learn more about the literature, both by thinking through your own ideas, reading what I have to say, and reading what your classmates have to say. I look forward to reading more of your ideas in discussions. And as always, if you have questions, just email me.